Disclaimer: I do not own the clips or music shown. These are used for review and entertainment purposes. Thank you. So, it's the seasons. Greetings, guy pals and guy pals. It's me, Camden, on channel Camden, and I'm just trying to think. Like, since it's the season finale of channel Camden for season 3, I don't know how to end it off. After the Transformers retrospective, go see video here. Shameless promotion, and the entire series of TMNT 2012. Go also see that shameless promotion. I just don't know how to end off this season. You know what? I think I kind of have an idea now about a certain cinematic universe. The DC Extended Universe, or the DCEU for short, was a cinematic universe that was a series of movies that began in 2013, starting with Man of Steel, directed by Zack Snyder. That again began a series of multiple movies with DC Comics characters, including Batman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, and etc., etc. This was made because of the popularity of Marvel in their movies, and at the height of that, DC went, "Hey, we can do that as well." Recently, director James Gunn, that directed Guardians of the Galaxy, has now taken full control of the DC Cinematic Universe. They're making his Suicide Squad movie and his Peacemaker series. You may ask, what is he gonna do with this universe? Destroy it all. He literally wants to reboot the entire thing. I'm not kidding. This man is going full Alien X on it all. He wants to reboot the entire thing. Leads me to the main point of the video. Since James Gunn is pushing the reset button and changing the entire thing. It is a bold decision, but I understand of it because this universe is kind of a mess. Moment, Henry Cavill is playing Superman. Next moment, he isn't. One moment, he has a mustache. The next moment, he doesn't. Moment, Ben Affleck wants to be Batman. The next moment, he's in depression. Moment, and then, top it all off, the person that's playing the Flash is a white version of O.J. Simpson. WB does not know which Justice League to use because they barely ever use them, and they're really a sort of consistency with those movies either, because it's just all over the place. So I'm gonna see what would happen if another timeline, if the DCEU went differently. What if it was rewritten and reworked? In other words, what if I was an executive, and what if I was head of the DCEU and took part in these movies? Well, this is just my idea of what I would do if I would make a DC cinematic universe. This is not like a, hey, you should do this. More of a personal thing, as more of, what would I do if I was in control? So call me Joe Pitchman, because today I'm gonna give ideas. And you know how the MCU have a tendency to... MCU likes to separate their movies in phases. You see, and where each takes a certain stage in the Marvel Universe. But every 3 stages leads to a certain major event. like how the first 3 phases led to the Infinity Saga, and now the MCU is leading to the Multiverse Saga. I will take this approach with this DC universe, but it's going to be a little bit different. Instead of it all culminating into a big event, it will be separated into like separate arcs listed in leading up to the big finale. In Arc 1 will be focusing on the Justice League and leading up to them being united. A little similar to how the first phase of the MCU of when the Avengers were coming together for the first time. Here's the Arc 1 slate. Arc 1. My turn. Of course, I had to start with the Man of Steel, the Superman movie. And Henry Cavill will probably still be in the role, but I would change a lot for my universe. I think I would probably change the villain for this movie. A villain that we have not seen in any Superman movie or any DC movie, like in live action. I would choose Metallo as the villain, as the main villain in this movie. Because I just feel that a lot of these movies, they just tend to focus on Lex Luthor and Zod. But here, I would try to do something a little different here. Lex Luthor will still have an appearance in this movie, just not as big as an effect he has on the plot as the other Superman movies, but he will be there, he'll be more as in the background. Have a sort of a Emperor Palpatine sort of approach to him, as he continuously appears in a bunch of movies. I'd like to have more recurring villains in this series as well, because I have it's just a feeling that a lot of superhero movies, and the MCU included, tend to kill off their villains as soon as they're introduced. And I also have an idea for this movie that with Superman Metallo, there will be probably a message with this movie about what truly makes us human on the inside. And we'll get to see Clark Kent grow a relationship with Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen in this movie. It will be the main trio that will follow for the Superman trilogy. Words, everyone does not have to worry about Jimmy Olsen being shot in the head after he's been introduced. You're thinking, is the next movie, is you going to talk about BVS? Well, not just yet. Probably have a movie in between before we get to see Superman again. Give us a break from Superman or Batman for a little bit. I would have a Flash movie. The obvious choice, get rid of Ezra Miller. Inspired by legendary hero Jay Garrick, Barry Allen becomes the Flash, as he becomes the hero of Central City, because he truly wants to do the best for his city after the loss of his mother. This movie will not have Reverse Flash, but it will be hinted that a very powerful force killed his mother. Flash will be in the later films. Instead, he will fight the Mirror Master. He will be the main villain of this movie. Captain Cold will be in the movie as well, but he would have a smaller role. Now we're on to the big movie that I have to talk about. Except I would change the title a little bit to World's Finest. Well, the subtitle at least. And this is how I would do it. Instead of Doomsday, Lex Luthor will create Bizarro to frame Superman and make him do wrong. And then Bruce Wayne, who didn't really trust Superman before, trusts him even less with all the crimes that he's been doing. Well, his clone. Throughout the movie, Bruce Wayne, Batman, will create multiple inventions to take Superman down. Robin, Dick Grayson, will also be in the movie as well, and he won't die off screen. Take a supporting role in this movie. He won't be a grown man. He's a teen Titan, not an adult Titan. It's adaptation, so things are going to be different. Grayson will not be the first Robin. He will be the second in this universe, after Jason Todd. And they implied that the first Robin has died. Not really, but we'll get to that soon. And then Superman will be all like, hey, Batman, I'm a good guy, I'm not bad. And Batman will be like, I'm gonna take you down and fight you. And then they, like, fight for 20 minutes. And soon after the battle, Batman, like, thinks things over, because, you know, he's a detective. And then, wait a second, this Superman guy's not bad. He's been framed. It's not so bad after all. Wait, what? Then Batman and Superman confront Bizarro, and then, you know, they have an epic fight scene. And then the Witcher is all like, hey, Batman, you know, you're not so bad after all. And the owner of Orphanage Vigilante Recruiters Club is all like, oh yeah, you're not so bad either, Superman. Like, shake hands aggressively, and then next is the Wonder Woman. This movie will take place in the present, but it will have some flashbacks from the past and see Diana's past adventures. This movie will really mainly be about Diana Prince going out to the world, and the world also discovering Diana Prince as Wonder Woman as well. And of course, you know, it's your typical fish out of water story. I know it's unoriginal. About as original as people in jackets talking about movies and shows. And of course, Chris Pine and, you know, Steve Trevor's gonna be in it. Yeah, like I said, Captain Kirk is gonna be in the movie. And then Cheetah will be replaced as the villain in the movie as well. I'll probably save Ares for a later movie. Enough stalling. Let's get to the main movie everyone's been waiting on. In the roster would be Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Martian Manhunter, and a Green Lantern between Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan. The main villain of the movie will be Starro. Yeah, for the first meeting of the Justice League. Sounds familiar? And Starro's attack on Earth leads the Justice League to coming together for the first time. Starro will be unleashed thanks to Vandal Savage. The movie will be all about them not being alone and them finding other heroes like them that have superpowers and them that shows that all of them want something the same. To do good for the people of Earth. Together, not alone, they defeat Starro, calling each other the Justice League. And they all have an ending speech about their victory and their future. And then they all send a message to a bunch of heroes that they're ready for more members of the Justice League. New home at the Hall of Justice. Time 2 will focus on Lex Luthor and the Shadows putting together the Legion of Doom, being inspired by the Justice League. Arc 2, you get to see more adventures with individual members, with new heroes as well as they fight villains. In the background, Lex Luthor watches it all as he slowly puts them all together. So next is the Green Lantern Corps. You know, another Green Lantern movie after Lantern Pool. Instead of it focusing on just one singular lantern, I would focus it on 3 lanterns. It would be Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan, and the newcomer, Kyle Rayner. As it will be more of a buddy-like type of friends type of movie. As we see that Sinestro is causing chaos in the galaxy, and the Corps sends those particular 3 to take on Sinestro. On the way, they teach Kyle Rayner what it truly means to be a Green Lantern, as he's the youngest of them. Hal and John, like, they're buddies, like, they're friends. Someone implied, actually no, they show a whole picture of Alan Scott cameo as well. And there will be also a certain picture with him and Jay Garrick, just side by side. And next is the Aquaman movie, which I wouldn't change too much. Besides, I have someone else play Mera. So in the mid-credits, I would possibly have Martian Manhunter talking to Aquaman about him joining the Justice League. So, I would have a Batman movie with Mr. Freeze as the villain, as It was started Batman trilogy that would discover some of the supernatural elements of the Batman mythos and won't be tried to be super realistic. There will also be a Suicide Squad movie, and it will possibly be directed by James Gunn. And don't worry, Dr. Michael Morbius won't be in the movie. The Shazam movie would also happen, which probably too much wouldn't be changed either. Besides, the mid-credits would be a little different. A Flash sequel with Reverse Flash. And a Steel sequel with Brainiac as the villain. Now on to another Justice League movie, as it will come to end with the final of this arc. Them fighting the Legion of Doom. The roster would be Lex Luthor, of course, Cheetah, Black Manta, Gorilla Grodd, Mr. Freeze, Sinestro, Brainiac, and also Joker may have an appearance in then sometime in the second act. Okay, so then in the sequel, they will also have some new members, like underrated hero Firestorm and Blue Beetle, as they'll be the rookies of the group as they learned about them, what truism means to be here. Ends Arc 2. Arc 3, I'm not going to go into detail, but I would take an interest as them to fight. You already know, it's Darkseid, of course. Darkseid, because you know you gotta have Darkseid. But for Arc 3 and so on and so forth, they will soon fight Darkseid. And also there will be more members to the Justice League and more heroes will be introduced in the universe. Like Atom, Black Canary, and Green Arrow. And also those heroes I just named could possibly take a cameo and a montage scene in the Suicide Squad of members of the Suicide Squad being arrested, as we get to see certain heroes show. And also shows in this universe will happen as well, like a Plastic Man show and a live action series with the Teen Titans, where you won't be overly edgy and Robin won't be saying party mouth words. But yeah, that's pretty much it for, those were the main things I wanted to talk about of my idea for DC Universe. In the wake of all these news about the DC films that are coming in the future, it just made me interested and made me think about a certain idea for it as well. Who knows, James Gunn might take some of these ideas coincidentally into his universe, or it might be something different, but who knows. I'll take this as if, oh, I'm better than I'm better than bigger filmmakers sort of thing. This is just sort of a me as just being a fan and thinking of, what if I was in charge of this universe? I had fun coming up with these ideas. It was really interesting. I was just like, would it be cool if this happened? I don't know if any of these things are going to happen. It might be a coincidence. I don't think there's some WB executive looking at this and being like, But yeah, this also wraps Season 3 of the main channel Camden series, the main movie TV show reviews. And I gotta say, I had a fun time doing these videos. It was nice doing these in general. It's like I got to, I noticed I improved a bit as well, like with editing, though I'm still working on that. In views, as of right now, I got 428 subscribers, and I would like to thank you guys for that. I had fun making the videos as well, and as of so far, this has been the most fun I've been making the videos. Before I had fun, but here it's just, it was nice having fun, like coming up with ideas and just the editing parts of the video. Especially the Transformers and Ninja Turtles videos. Especially the crossovers I had this season. I was happy that you guys came through and watched it. Come here. I will return for Channel Camden Season 4. And always guys, hope you like, comment, and subscribe.